Hello, welcome you all again in this lecture series of program BE Civil class final year course System Approach in Civil Engineering. This is the program of Savitribai Phule Pune University. Now in this lecture we are going to discuss about the concave and convex function. This is lecture number 2 and this topic belongs to the unit number 1 of the same program, same course, System Approach in Civil Engineering. And myself, Professor Ravindra Patil, completed Masters in Civil Engineering from the same SPPU, Pune University. The course outcome of this topic is, after the completion of this topic, acquire basic knowledge of optimization technique to identify the problems in civil engineering, take optimum decisions from the different available solutions, solve various civil engineering problems by formulating them into a linear and non-linear programs. So these are the course outcomes. After the learning of this topic, you came to get this knowledge. So let us start with this today's topic, concave convex function. Okay, as far as this topic is concerned, for the today's lecture, this mentioned contents we are going to cover in this lecture. The first one, local and global optima, followed by unimodal and multimodal functions, concave and convex function, convexity of a single variable function, convexity of two variable function. These are the total 5 topics which I am going to cover in the today's lecture. So starting with the local and global optima. So the local and global optima, the name itself indicates local in this sense for the particular region, and the global name itself indicates it is valid for the whole thing. Okay, so let us see here. In this local and global optima, total there are 4 terms are involved. Out of that, the first one is local maxima, second one is local minima. So these two terms, local maxima and local minima, what is it exactly? So if we plot any function which shows non-linear function, probably if we plot the non-linear function, we will see this graph. We will get the function like this. It is non-linear function which shows number of valleys or number of peak points. Okay, so after observing this graph, after observing this function plotted, then if we want to identify local maxima or local minima, so by the definition in non-linear programming, when the function is plotted, it has more than one peak or one valley. One peak or one valley. As I already told you, that when function is plotted, we can get this non-linear nature. So in that, each and every valley, each and every this lower point is considered as a local minima, and each and every peak point or each and every this topmost point is called as the local maxima. So in short, when the function is plotted, non-linear function is plotted, then whatever the number of valleys are there, that is considered as a local minima. Whatever the number of peak points are there, that is considered as a local maxima. So each valley is your local minima, each peak point is your local maxima. Okay, now moving towards the next point, third point about the local and global optima is global maxima. As we have now studied local maxima, so what is global maxima? So when the function is plotted, as take the same example, when the function is plotted, throughout the function, throughout the graph, we can get the number of peak points. Number of peak points are there, but out of that, whatever the maximum peak point is there, so see here, it is the maximum peak point, or we can say the highest peak point. So it is considered as a global maxima. And global minima, exactly opposite to that. Whatever in throughout the total valleys, whatever the minimum or lowest point is there, that is called as the global minima. So by the definition, global maxima, it is the value which is higher than all the values of the function. Global minima, it is the value which is lowest of all the values of the function. So local and global optima, it consists of the four basic fundamentals: local maxima, local minima, global maxima, global minima. So for that purpose, just draw the function or plot the function in which every valley is called as the local minima, every peak is called as the local maxima, highest peak is called as the global maxima, lowest valley is called as the global minimum. So that's it about local and global optima. Now the next point is unimodal and multimodal function. Now with continuation with this local and global optima, another point is unimodal and multimodal function. If single variable function is plotted and it have only one peak or valley, then it is called as the unimodal function. Uni in the sense one. So if the function is plotted and after plotting the function, if we are getting, see the figure number A. So in this function plotted, only one valley we are getting. So if the function which shows only one valley or only one peak, then that function is called as the unimodal function. Similarly, second, if the single variable function is plotted and it have more than one peak or valley, then it is called as multimodal function. See the figure number B. In this figure, again the single variable function is plotted which shows number of peaks and number of valleys. Not a single peak or not a single valley is there, number of peaks and number of valleys are there. So such a function is called as the multimodal function. So in this second number of slide, we will understood the unimodal function and multimodal function. Unimodal function, only one peak or one valley. Multimodal function, more than one peak or more than one valley. So, then the next one, concave and convex function. So another point about the concave and convex function, the main important point of this lecture. First one, concave function. How to define the concave function, or which function we can call it as a concave function? So the definition is a function which when plotted result in curve and which is always curving downward is called as concave function. The curving downward. Curving downward. This word is very important. So see the figure number 1 which shows the concave function. Now here the single variable function is plotted which curving downward always. So such a function when curving downward is called as the concave function. Another property by which we can identify the concave function is that when any 2 points on the curve are joined, then the line joining that 2 points, if that line joining that 2 points is always below the curve, as it is shown in the figure 1, when that line is always below the curve, then it is called as the concave function. Then third property, we can say that it means there is always unique maxima in concave function. So which is always downward, so it will always give the peak point, and all of you know that peak point we call it as a maxima, and therefore it means that there is always unique maxima in concave function. Second, convex function, exactly opposite to concave, a function which when plotted result in a curve which always curving upward. Instead of downward, it is curving upward. So it is called as the convex function. Second point, again, if we are going to join the 2 points on the curve and if that line is always above the curve, then we can identify that the given function is the convex function. Next one, and it always shows the valley type curve, therefore it is always the global minima in a convex function. So this is all about the concave function, convex function. Concave always downward graph, downward curve, convex always upward curve. Then the next one, convexity of single variable function. Now we know that what is meant by concave convex function. Now we are going to study how to identify if any function value is given, if any equation is given, and from that equation how to identify the given function is either concave or convex. So for that purpose, here it is mentioned in a red color, the key point of this slide, that is how to identify the concave or convex function. So if d square f, or we can say the second order derivative of the function with respect to the variable, if that value is greater than 0, then the function is strictly convex. If the value is greater than 0, then the function is strictly convex. And if the value of second degree derivative of the function with respect to the variable, if it is greater than or equals to 0, then it is the convex function. Not strictly convex, but we can call it as a convex only. Strictly convex, which always should be greater than 0, not equals to 0. Exactly opposite to that, if the second order derivative of the function with respect to x, if it is always less than 0, then the function is strictly concave. If it is less than or equals to 0, then the function is concave only, not strictly concave. So the key point, greater than 0 convex, less than 0 concave. Now let us consider the first example, or one example on the single variable function convexity. So here the two examples are there. First, a, for each of the following function decide whether it is concave or convex function. So example number A, fx is equals to 10 minus x square. This is the first example given, fx minus 10, fx is equals to 10 minus x square, and we have to decide the convexity, whether it is concave or convex function. So see the solution part here. In the solution part, fx is equals to 10 minus x square. So to decide the convexity, we require the second order derivative of the function with respect to the variable. So let us find first order derivative. Df by dx will give the 0 minus 2x. Derivative of the 10, 0 minus x square derivative minus 2x. Again, second order derivative of this same function is minus 2. So this d square f by dx square, this value comes minus 2, and therefore we can conclude that it is less than 0. Minus 2 is less than 0. Since d square f by dx square is always less than 0 for all values of x, therefore the function is concave. Similarly, the second example, fx is equals to x raised to 4 plus 6x square plus 12x. First order derivative will be 4x cube plus 12x plus 12, and second order derivative d square f by dx square is equals to 12x square plus 12. So here if we put the value of x as a 0 or any other value, any value if you put for the x, we will always get the value which is greater than 0. So final point remark is d square f by dx square is always greater than 0 for all values of x, and therefore the function is convex. So in this way we can easily identify the concave and convex function for the single variable function. Now move forward. Now convexity of the two variable function. Now for single variable function, very simple rule is there, but if the two variable function is there, then how to identify the convexity, that is concave or convex function. So here are the three main parameters that we have to first of all find out values of these three parameters. Once we have found out the value of these three parameters, we can easily say that function is concave or convex. So first parameter is d square f of x1 x2 with respect to x1 square multiplied by d square f second order derivative of function x1 x2 with respect to x2 square minus in bracket d square f x1 x2 with respect to x1 dx1 dx2 bracket square. Second parameter d square f x1 x2 dx1 square, and third d square f x1 x2 dx2 square. So with the help of these three parameters, we can easily say that the given function is concave or convex. So how we can identify? So here this table shows that the all possible values. If function should be convex, then the values of these three parameters should be greater than or equals to 0. Then we can say that the given function is the convex. If strictly convex, when the given function is strictly convex, when all these values are greater than 0, not equals to, all values are greater than 0, then we can call it as a strictly convex function. Exactly opposite to that, concave function. If the first value is greater than or equals to 0, but another two values are less than or equals to 0, then we can say that given function is concave. And if the first value is greater than 0 and remaining two are less than 0, then we can say that given function is strictly concave. So by observing this, the first parameter is always greater than 0. So we can't identify the given function is concave or convex only by finding out the first parameter. Remaining two parameters are required. Okay, so let us take one example numerical on two variable convexity. So here is the function given, f of x1 x2 is equals to x1 minus x2 bracket square is equals to x1 square minus 2 x1 x2 plus x2 square. And after solving this, we can get this three parameter as here it is shown. The first parameter is second order derivative of function x1 x2 with respect to x1 square multiplied by second order derivative of function x1 x2 with respect to x2 square minus the bracket square. So this value comes to 0, it means is equals to 0. Second parameter, here we get the second order derivative with respect to x1 square is equals to 2, and the remark is it is greater than 0. Then third value again is equals to 2, which is greater than 0. So out of these three parameter, first value we have got is equals to 0, and second and third is greater than 0. So if you compare the previous table, here we can get the result, and these are the value matching with the convex function. So first parameter is greater than or equals to 0, we have got is equals to 0 value. Second parameter value is greater than or equals to 0, we have got greater than 0, and third is also greater than 0. Therefore the given function is convex. Since greater than or equals to 0 holds for all three conditions, function x1 x2 is convex function. However, it is not strictly convex because the first condition only gives is equals to 0 rather than greater than 0. It is not strictly convex but convex function only. So in this way we can easily find out the convexity of a two variable function. So thank you, that's all about the convexity of the two variable function. So in short, revision of this today's point, we have studied about local and global optima, unimodal and multimodal function, concave and convex function, convexity of single variable function, convexity of two variable function, local and global maxima. Plot the function, each and every valley is local minima, each and every peak point is the local maxima, highest peak point is global maxima, lowest valley is global minima. Unimodal multimodal function, single curve unimodal, number of curves multimodal. Concave convex function, always downward curve is concave function, always upward curve convex function. Convexity of single variable, concave strictly convex when greater than 0, strictly concave less than 0. And this is the table for two variable convexity of two variable function. So thank you so much for patient listening.